Hi guys, welcome back to L.J.W. It's Victoria, and as you can tell by the title, I'm back with another Bill Burr video, and this one might be one of my favourite rants of his. It says fat douche complaining on the plane. Might be, might not be, we'll see. But I mean, what else is new, right? I love Bill Burr, as you guys know. You guys love Bill Burr. It's Christmas. I am giving the people all that they want because it is the season. Yep, it's the season. And I'm even red. I'm looking super festive today, even though I'm like boiling. But it doesn't matter. I wanted to come out looking festive because it's almost Christmas. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. It's not too long, so yeah, let's just hope it's packed full of laughter.
But here's a story that I wanted to tell you. I forgot
podcast,
to tell you this.
I think. Yeah.
When I was on the plane ride out, all right, I got a first class ticket because that's how I fly. Okay, I spent 20 years in the back of the plane. I ain't going back. But I can tell you right now, it's not a bad time to fly in the back of the plane. I felt stupid. I sat up in first class. First class was packed.
Oh.
And then in the back, there was like nobody. So those people could like stretch out and shit and also not have to worry about fucking douche. This fucking douche in the fucking first class front row. Not talking about myself. Not saying I'm not a douche either. But, you know, I was a quiet douche. This douche was a loud douche. An unmistakable douche. The flight attendant, the lady there, the lady stewardess there, she fucking goes, the douche started bitching about the fucking internet before we even got going. And she goes, we might have a problem. I'm not really sure. And she said something about how the customer service, and the guy goes, yeah, that's so you won't have bad ratings. Huh? And he started bitching. He started bitching about how they made the seats more uncomfortable. And he's fucking talking to her like she's the one that puts the seats in the fucking plane. Right?
But the thing is, you know, I hate stuff like that because it's just like, it's not the person that you're speaking to's fault, it's manufacturers. It's like, but I feel as though when it comes to customers, they just want someone to offload onto. And I've worked in like the service industry, no, not so much restaurants, so it was more retail. People just want someone to offload onto. So something could be totally not your fault, but they just need to vent. Yeah.
Now I got no problem if some stewardess is fucking sitting there going like, you know, sir, can you fucking stick the thing in the thing so we can get going? If you're going to be like, I don't have a problem at that point being like, hey, lady, I'm doing the best I can here. Hey, buddy, relax. Okay? You're cramming us in here like sardines. I'm trying to do the best I can here. All right? I don't have a problem with that. But when you start bitching about literally the plane, like she has that type of stuff there, I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. So this guy goes, you know, you made the seats more uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. And I so wanted to be like, hey, fatso, what about the fact that you've probably gained 3.5 to 7.5 pounds every year since you graduated? You're at least 40 pounds over fucking weight. Maybe if you ate a fucking salad every once in a while, the seats wouldn't seem so uncomfortable.
I love
they
when
don't feel uncomfortable to me. I've been flying fucking this airline forever. Why didn't I say that? There's got to be a nice way to say it without getting kicked off the plane. Excuse me, sir. I couldn't help notice, but you seem to be obese.
No.
Okay? I'm not saying you're going to be on my 600-pound life, but just being 30 pounds overweight is you know, they can write you up for being obese even at your height, and you look like you're at least 50, 60 pounds overweight.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So, I mean, what are they supposed to wheel on here? A fucking double-wide lazy boy for your fat ass? And they don't address the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm a bald orange cunt, okay? My head is going to get colder faster than someone that has a nice, thick, luscious mane of fucking hair. Right? If I'm going to fucking sit there and you know, I'm sitting on the plane and everybody else with a full head of hair feels fine, am I going to start bitching that it's a little chilly in there?
Yeah, just put on a hat.
If I feel chilly, I fucking look around. I'm like, oh, all right, well, nobody else is fucking complaining. I put my hat on. I don't start bitching about the fucking vent, you know?
Yeah.
But bald people are not considered handicapped or whatever.
Oh my God,
whatever these
stop.
fatsos are fucking angling towards. You know? I don't know.
I have heard a few of his rants about planes and just encounters with people that are slightly heavier than the average citizen. And I get it. I do get it. To me, it's not... Things that kind of get me annoyed are people that smell really bad. I just don't. And it doesn't mean you have to smell fresh all the time, but when on public transport, there's nothing I hate more than people who smell really bad, just unkept, and people who are just acting a little bit erratic. Like, I've had several encounters where, I'll give you the most recent one that happened. I came back, it was fairly late, I was from London, and given the time it was, the train was a bit packed, and there was this weirdo. I always look out for just, a seat by the window. Like, I don't like it when people sit next to me, but if there's no other space, I will obviously sit next to someone and I'll move my bag so someone can sit next to me. But on this occasion, I went and I sat down and I purposely placed my bag near the window. No, I purposely sat near the window and I placed my bag on the seat next to me. Now, I could tell that the train was getting more packed. This dude comes and sits next to me, and then he's holding his head in his hands and he's visibly getting upset. And then I just think to myself, not this, like, just weirdos. Obviously, I didn't want to judge the dude, so I was just doing my own thing. Then this dude starts crying, and it's just like, what are you... And then I'm just like, I can't help. And then this lady stood in the lane, the walkway, and I just look up at her, and she looks at me, and I look at her, and I just kind of like, it's kind of like, oh man, here we go, kind of that look. So I turned to this dude, and I'm just like, I don't know what else to do. And at this point, I'm messaging Tan. I'm just like, oh yeah, some dude just came and sat next to me, and I don't know, something off about him. He's crying. So I turned to this dude, I'm like, are you alright, mate? Like, is everything okay? And then he starts blabbering on about how, okay, I'm being a bit insensitive, but he starts talking about how his niece is dying in a hospital. And there's nothing I can say to that except for, like, oh, sorry. And then I said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Like, And then he starts talking about how he's a gangster. At that point, I just knew, okay, this dude is clearly unstable. So I just have to move. And the train is packed, and I'm just annoyed that getting off from my seat may mean I stand all the way home on this train. But I just couldn't risk sitting next to him because people can be very unstable, and it was super late, and I just did not have the patience. I just could not be bothered to go through that whole thing. So I just get up and I move. So it's people like that, and also people who just have really bad odor. And I'm talking about like caked on, just stale cigarette mixing with alcohol, just an unwashed flesh, just that disgusting, smelly odor. People, those two on public transport, I don't care if it's a plane, a train, I'm just going to stick to train because that's what I use the most. It's just not necessary. Obviously it's not the same as Bill, but I had to say this. It's not necessary. And, like, I'm never going to say anything to these people, I just try to avoid them as best as possible. Yeah. And when I moved from that seat to the other seat, there was a super drunk man next to me, and he was so drunk that his crisps fell on the floor, and he still picked them up and ate them. He was eating crisps from the floor. For Americans who don't know what a crisp is, it's basically, I think you guys refer to it as chips, like those snack things, the savory potato snacks. Yeah, he was eating that off the train floor, the train from London. Like, ugh, just dead. I just can't. But yeah, I guess, yeah, Bill's thing is just, heavy people on planes. My thing is just smelly and people who are slightly off just acting crazy. And it's always late. It's always late at night that these things happened. But yeah.
I just couldn't fucking believe the guy bitching about the and the lady had to literally sit there as this fat, slacked, fucking burger-eating jerk-off is talking about uncomfortable fucking seat. It's like, you think the seat's on... How do you think the seat feels? Trying to hold your fucking lard ass up.
Bill! Savage.
I don't know, but I know you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to call these people heroes and say that they're beautiful as they eat their way into a diabetic coma. I guess that's the way you do it. I mean...
No.
I don't know.
Unless it's a genetic condition.
It's fucking strange to me, so...
It's not a hero.
I mean, if you can have Kick a Ginger Day, I can't make fun of fatties. I just don't understand. I should actually like fat people, so on Kick a Ginger Day, they're easy to outrun. Maybe that's what it is. So what else can I bitch about to get people going?
But yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts. It was a bit of a rant. But yeah, I hope no one takes offense to anything I say. This is my own personal experience. And obviously, I take mental health super seriously. But there are just occasions where people just... I don't even know. I just don't like these encounters. They're extremely awkward. Humans can be very unpredictable. And I don't like being placed in unpredictable environments and situations that I can't really get out of. But yeah, in that moment, I obviously could handle it. I just removed myself from the situation. But yeah, let me know if you've had similar experience, and let me know if you relate to what Bill is saying. Let me know your thoughts. This one wasn't, it was funny, but it was more like, yeah, I get him. Like, it's more relatable stuff. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, the usual stuff, and check out our Patreon. We have a Patreon page where you can pay £3 a month to watch the additional content we upload on there, or £5 to watch those as well as make requests. And yeah, let us know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.